So before I start this meditation, I wanted to just give you a few tips if you haven't done anything like this before. And the first one is that you can do this meditation in any position that's comfortable for you. You don't have to be cross-legged on the floor. You don't have to be sitting up. You can be lying down. You could be sitting in a chair, in a recliner. I usually do it on this beat-up old sofa on my patio, or sometimes in a plastic chair in the woods. And on a bad weather day, I'll do it in a recliner sitting in my house. If you fall asleep during the meditation, then what that means is that your body probably needs sleep more than it needs meditation at the moment. So I wouldn't worry about that. If your stomach growls during the meditation, that probably means that your body maybe needs food more than it needs meditation at the moment, so I'd get something to eat first. The only position at all that matters during this meditation is the finger position, which is this. And the way that I do it, I put my fingers, my thumb and my pointer finger together, and then I just relax my hands on my lap or along my sides. If you want to do the traditional meditation pose cross-legged, you can also do that. So this meditation is for sensing the presence of God. And this is just the way that I meditate personally. And so what I've done is, it's not meant to be any kind of instruction manual, but what I did was, as I was meditating today, I just recorded myself saying out loud what I'm thinking during the meditation. And if you're wanting to try to sense the presence of God in your life, then my meditation might help you find your own way of doing that. And another thing I have to say about meditation that took me a while to learn is that you can't fail at it. It's always a practice. It's always a journey, and it's always kind of like a wandering journey. There's no point A and point B where you have to arrive at a place. You're just kind of out exploring. So I hope you enjoy this meditation, but I will tell you something that is inspiring to me, and that is that after a long time of practicing this way of meditating, I find that if I just do the finger position, if I just, no matter where I am, put these two fingers together, I can usually sense the presence of God with me because I've become accustomed to sensing God in that way during my meditations. So feel free to comment with any questions, and I hope you enjoy this way of meditating.
I make myself comfortable. I take a deep breath in. I hold my breath. I let my breath out. I take another deep breath in. I hold my breath. And I breathe out slowly and effortlessly. And now I take my thumb and my pointer finger and I put them together on both hands. And I concentrate on the place where my fingers touch each other. And I realize that I can place my focus, my attention, anywhere I want to. And right now, I'm placing my focus and my attention on the places where my fingers meet together. The thumb and pointer finger on each hand. And I take a deep breath in and I hold, and then I let it go. And with my awareness on the places where my thumbs and pointer fingers meet, I feel a pulse. I feel a tingling sensation. I feel warmth. I feel a slight buzzing. And I realize that those sensations are signs of life. And I remember that God said, I am the way, and I am the truth, and I am the life. And I realize that there is life in the place where my thumbs and pointer fingers are joined. And I realize that God is with me. I take another deep breath and I hold it and I release it. And I place my awareness on my toes. I focus on my toes. And I realize that in my toes, I can feel that same buzzing, that same tingling, that same pulse, that same warmth that I feel where my thumbs and pointer fingers are joined. And I focus on that feeling in my toes. And I realize there is life in my toes. And I remember that God said, I am the way, I am the truth, and I am the life. And I realize that God is with me. I move my awareness into the soles and the heels of my feet. My awareness has moved to the soles and the heels of my feet. And I realize that I can feel the same tingling sensation, the same warmth, the same pulse, the same buzzing that I can feel in my toes. And I realize that there is life in my feet. And I remember that God said, I am the way, I am the truth, and I am the life. And I realize that with every step that I take, God is with me. I take another deep breath and I hold it, and then I release it slowly and effortlessly. And now my awareness moves to the crown of my head, to the crown of my head, and to the place on my head that was a soft spot when I was an infant. That soft place that grew together and is now hard. The crown of my head. And I move my awareness all the way down, deep into my head, and across the back of my scalp, all the way down my spine, down my spine, to the end of my spine. And now I focus once again on the crown of my head. And I realize that in the crown of my head, in the bones of my skull, on the skin of my scalp, I can feel that same buzzing sensation, that same tingling sensation, that same warmth that I feel in the place where my thumbs and my forefingers are joined, and all the way through my body, all the way down my spine. And I realize that there is life in my scalp and in my brain and in my spinal cord. And I realize there is life in all of my nerve endings that are constantly moving and pulsing with energy and communicating with each other. And I realize that I am alive. And I remember that God said, I am the way, and I am the truth, and I am the life. And now I know that the way to God is in me. And now I know that the truth of God is in me. And now I know that the life of God is in me. And I don't have to reach for God. And I don't have to beg for God. All I have to do is take a deep breath and hold it and feel the tingling where my thumbs and my pointer fingers meet, and feel the tingling all throughout my body, and feel the warmth and the pulse and the beating of my heart. And release the breath. and know that God is with me. And I take one more deep, deep breath. And I release it. And I thank God that I am part of life, that I am alive, and that the life of God is in me. And I thank God for my sacred journey on earth. And I rest in the presence of God